So this is a packed house, and again for the Blue Jays, trying to make it a world championship, the first time in 32 years, but the Dodgers hoping they can get the bats going tonight. And strong pitching again by Yamamoto, who has absolutely been sensational in postseason. In 4 starts, his ERA is 1.57. So all the numbers and the facts and the figures, you put those aside. We've got Game 6 on the field. It's the Dodgers against the Blue Jays.
However you may be listening, welcome back to Toronto. Game 6 of the World Series. Without a win, there is no tomorrow for the Dodgers. If they're going to go back-to-back, it'll have to be the hard way. But, as Vin Scully once said, it wasn't easy, but in the history of the Brooklyn and LA Dodgers, nothing has ever come easy. Shohei Ohtani climbs in to lead off the game against the right-hander Kevin Gausman. Dodgers in the road grays, Blue Jays in the powder blues. Off we go. The first pitch of the game is cut on to miss, strike one. A splitter down in the dirt. Shohei's first at-bat brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer, embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. Gausman's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Back-to-back splitters beneath the zone. And Ohtani is going to step out of left-handed batter's box and call for time.
And in this series, the Dodgers against splitters are just 1 for 22 with 14 strikeouts. And they're going to have to bring that splitter up in the strike zone. They did the same thing in Game 2. Expanded the strike zone way too often.
Gausman ahead 0-2. He kicks and fires and misses low and away with a third straight splitter, a ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani is batting .316 in this World Series. 6 hits, 5 extra base hits, including 3 home runs. On a 1-2. Gausman misses in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Another split.
But since reaching base 9 times in Game 3, Shohei is 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. Has the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Gausman. And Ohtani fouls it over the net, third base side. It was a fastball at 95 from the righty.
And that's a pitch in Game 2 the Dodgers took for strikes a lot. Now, Gausman at 95 miles an hour. But he'll move that fastball all around the strike zone. Down low and elevated.
So we'll do it again. Still 2-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A splitter at the knees. And Ohtani is down for the first out of the night. At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise and treatment. U.S. News and World Report is once again named CHLA, the #1 hospital in California. Learn more today at chla.org. Now Will Smith batting in the 2-hole for a second straight game. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the first, no score. The pitch is swung on and chopped down the third base line. It bounces foul. And the high chopper and the final hop was about 10 feet short of the bag at third, and then it bounced to the left of the line. So strike 1 on Smith, who's got some good recent history to draw upon when facing Kevin Gausman. He took him deep in the 7th inning of game number 2. One of 2 home runs the Dodgers got in that 7th inning to knock out Gausman and charge him with a loss.
That was a strange game also because in that first inning, Gausman retired the first 2 batters, Ohtani and Betts, and then the double by Freeman, RBI single by Smith. They took the early lead.
And then Gausman sent down 17 Dodgers in a row before Smith's 7-inning home run. Smith back in the box behind 0-1. Gausman settling on the mound. The pitch is spiked in the dirt, 1-1. Smith, this World Series, 5 for 21 with a homer. He's driven in 4. He's walked 2 times. He's struck out 6 times. Since Game 3, he is 2 for his last 14. Gausman's 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now it's a splitter beneath the zone.
2 guys in. Dodger hitters have not even been close to hitting the split.
Rogers Center rather, standing on its feet ahead of the 1-2, which Gausman misses in the dirt, squaring the count on Smith. This city, this province, this whole country can smell it. One win away. The first World Series since 1993 when they went back-to-back. The 2-2 coming. Smith pulls it down the left field line and hooks into the seats foul. And we'll do it again.
Gausman, during the regular season, that splitter was a big pitch. In fact, how big? Nobody threw it more often. 43% of the pitches that he threw in the regular season, splitters.
He struck out 6 Dodgers in Game 2, and 5 of them came on the splitter. We got Ohtani leading off tonight with the splitter. What does he give Smith? Another 2-2. Strike 3 swinging on, you guessed it, a splitter. Down in the dirt. Back-to-back Ks for Gausman.
So now in this series, the Dodgers are 1 for 24 with 16 strikeouts against splitters.
Here's Freddie Freeman. No score. Game 6 just underway. 2 outs. Freeman in the 3 spot. Mookie Betts on deck as the cleanup hitter. Gausman's first pitch. This is inside. A fastball nearly hits Freddie thigh high. Ball 1.
I think that's just a show pitch. Now does he go away with that splitter? So many times you say, hey, I want to straighten up your left-handed batter and then go away soft.
The pitch. Sprayed foul. Third base side. The ball and a strike.
Came back with another fastball at 94.
Freeman 5 for 20 in the World Series. A 20-game postseason on base streak. Gausman's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A splitter beneath the zone, diving away.
The Dodgers going to have to give up something. Do they give up the fastball and just think about the splitter? Maybe move forward in the box? If you do, you got the catchers going to be watching. Hey, they changed positions.
The 1-2. Strike 3. Toronto erupts as Kevin Gausman strikes out the side in the first inning of game number 6.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto with the Dodgers season on the line. Coming off a complete game performance in Game 2. He's pitched back-to-back complete games. Loud ovation here in Toronto for George Springer, joined back into the lineup after missing the last 2 games. Exited Game 3 early with right side discomfort, also playing through a hurt knee. The DH leading off. Yamamoto steps back with his left leg. Into his windup, his first pitch of the night is strike 1 on the inner half, a splitter thigh high. Yamamoto pitched the first complete game in the World Series in 10 years. Johnny Cueto in Game 2 of the 2015 Fall Classic. The 0-1 pitch, Springer with a swing and a miss, strike 2, and he's in some pain as he basically fell out of the right-handed batter's box toward the left-handed batter's box, swinging another splitter.
Both these pitches, by the way, very quickly splitters, but Yamamoto throws at 91 or 92. Gosman's about 87.
Quickly 0-2 the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1, a fastball at 97, letter high on Springer. Well, the Dodgers need Yamamoto to be a stopper again. It was that in Game 2. They need him in Game 6, otherwise the season is over. The 1-2 coming, Springer stays alive with a foul ball, and again, Mo, when he's swinging the bat, he is basically just letting his body take him toward the Dodgers' first base dugout because his side cannot recoil.
He's in there on basically blood and guts. Went to hold the right side again, then doubled over after the swing.
Still 1-2. Yamamoto comes home. It is a splitter, inside check swing, no swing on the appeal down to first with Will Little, the umpire there. Springer in the World Series 3 for 11 with a double that did come against Yamamoto in game number 2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded just foul, third base side. We'll do it again. That was a splitter that Springer was able to make contact with.
One thing we talked about with the Blue Jays so far, they're a team based around making contact. They've had a much higher percentage of contact in this series than what the Dodgers have had.
Yamamoto will try again to put Springer away. On the ground is short. Gobbled up by Betts. Sets and throws in time to get Springer by a step while the oblique in the side is bothering him. But the legs were going all out there down the line, Mo. 1 out in the first inning.
So for Yamamoto, again, 2 different types of the splitters. Yamamoto also, the big backup pitch for him, not only the fastball, but in Game 2, the curveball. And as he continued in the ballgame, the curveball got better and better.
1 out, nobody on. No score in the first. Left-handed hitting Nathan Lucas takes a strike from Yamamoto. 97, top of the zone, outer third. Lucas 4 for 16 in the Fall Classic, hitting .309 in 15 games this postseason. The 0-1 pitch. Bounce to third. Muncy has it go underneath his glove into left field, and Lucas is aboard. And once again, the Dodgers' infield defense cannot come up with a play.
And a routine ball.
It was scored a base hit, a chopper off the plate, and Muncy tried to attack it before a short hop, and he just pulled the glove up. It wasn't down.
No, the first series up here, we had issues with the official score. And that's an atrocious call.
Another one. 1 on, 1 out. Vlad Guerrero Jr. takes strike 1, a cutter in the outside corner.
That's
and
an
when
error.
You don't come up with a play like that, Mo, now you have traffic for the Blue Jays MVP. Vladdy chance here at Rogers Center. A man who's hitting .415 in the postseason. Yamamoto misses inside. Evens the count on Vlad Jr. 1-1. Freeman holding Lucas, the runner, on first base. Right side of the infield wide open for Guerrero on a 1-1. He swings and hits it to Muncy at third. In the glove, he goes to second. Rojas has it. Here's the turn. That is 2. 5-4-3 double play to get Yamamoto out of the first inning, picking up Muncy after the misplay on Lucas. This time, Max sure gloved and handed after 1 full inning in Toronto. Game 6 is scoreless. Mookie is 3 for 23 in the World Series, and he's batting $164 since the wild card round. He's 9 for his last 55. Gausman's 0-1. Bats with a swing and a miss over the top of the splitter beneath the zone. Strike 2. Now, bigger than the batting practice during the workout, the Dodgers liked the energy and the emotion from Betts. More positive after being so down on himself after Game 5. The 0-2 pitch. Betts stays alive, fouling one off the front of the Blue Jay dugout.
Well, finally a splitter. It was actually a strike in the strike zone.
That's the most familiar Dodger with Kevin Gausman. 296 against him in his career. Another 0-2. Upstairs. That's a fastball at 96, letter high on Mookie. A ball and 2 strikes. Gausman kicks and deals. That's a little tardy on a high fastball. Fouled it into the net behind home plate. And he was at 94 for Gausman. A ball and 2 strikes. Betts trying to battle. Leading off the second. The pitch is rolled to third. Gobbled up by Clement. Sets and throws. It's a low throw, but Guerrero is there to complete the play. 1 out.
And another splitter.
In game number 2, Gausman threw a lot more fastballs than he typically does. Nearly 60% of his pitches thrown in game 2 were heaters. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. There's a first pitch fastball. But, Mo, that's actually something we were talking about and you like from Teoscar Hernandez. Being ready for a first pitch heater or trying to jump on one. He was a little late there. But being aggressive early. The 0-1. Hernandez fouls a splitter over the net. Quickly 2 strikes.
We're just going to continue to shake things up. Shows the fastball, then the splitter, back up the splitter. And so far tonight, the Dodgers 0 for 4 against the splitter. And he's out in front here, 0-2.
Teo with a hit in 3 consecutive games. 7 for his last 15. Waiting on an 0-2. Here it is. Strike 3 swinging. Got him with a splitter, bearing down and in. Gausman's 4th K in 5 batters faced to begin the night.
Now this is early. It's going to get late in a hurry if the Dodgers don't make some kind of adjustment offensively.
Max Muncy, the batter. 2 outs, bases cleared, no score in game 6. Gausman's first pitch. Muncy takes a fastball, 96, inside corner, about knee high. Muncy has been quiet at the plate in this World Series. He's 3 for 20. 2 extra base hits, does have a home run that came against Gausman in game 2. On the 0-1, Muncy watches a ball miss down below the zone, leveling the count 1-1. Max, a .333 hitter lifetime and 21 ABs against Gausman. 6 of 7 hits have gone for extra bases. The right-hander's 1-1. Muncy waves at strike 2. A splitter off the plate by about 5 inches or so.
I watched Freddie Freeman in batting practice today, and he hit 80% of the baseballs the opposite way. I think the Dodgers have to think about going the opposite way because that splitter is the off speed.
A ball and 2 strikes the pitch. It spiked in front of the plate, 2-2. Well, Mo, in this World Series, batting average to the opposite field, the Blue Jays are hitting .352. The Dodgers are at .167.
Yeah. Pulling too often and striking out too often.
I think if you're pulling the ball in the air with authority, they're not. Here comes the 2-2 from Gausman. Muncy stays alive with the foul ball. It's a high fastball, top of the zone, splitting the plate at 95. That is the type of pitch that you're going to have to get to Gausman on. Another 2-2. Down and in, ball 3. Muncy has worked the count full. Dodgers with 4 runs scored their last 30 innings of offense. The payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A splitter at the knees. Back-to-back Ks. Gausman has struck out 5 of the first 6. 6 up, 6 down in Game 6 for the Blue Jays starter. No score.
LA's best sport.
Unless they take care of business tonight. Strike 1 from Yamamoto to Bichette, a fastball down the middle. And Bo Bichette playing on one knee, free agent to be, has been an impact bat for Toronto this series. Yamamoto misses down away with ball number 1. Bichette has 5 hits and 16 ABs. He's driven in 3 runs. Doesn't have an extra base hit and can't run at full speed, but the hands and the bat still work. He watches a cutter land on the outside corner, 1-2 for Yamamoto. Bichette has reached base in 7 of 18 plate appearances this series. It's a .389 on base percentage. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. That is a nasty slider down low from Yamamoto. His first K of the game, 1 going in the second. Yoshinobu Yamamoto trying to join Kurt Schilling, Oral Hershiser, and Louis Tiant He's the only pitchers since 1969 to pitch 3 consecutive complete games in a single postseason. Ball 1 down and in. A curve misses to the left-handed hitting Dalton Varsho. One out, bases empty in the second inning. No score in Game 6. The 1-0 pitch. Varsho swings and misses. Strike 1 on a good splitter.
That splitter has some velocity. That was at 93.
Yamamoto working with some good pace. The 1-1 pitch. Varsho takes downstairs. That splitter was at 94, but it was ball 2. On a 2-1, Varsho swings and hits it high in the air, tailing foul, left field side. The count squares up. The pitch. And that's a little flare. Middle of the diamond. Mookie Betts is there to retrieve the sawed-off pop-up and record out number 2.
That's the old proverbial sham shot.
Keeps the bases empty as Alejandro Kirk digs in from the right side. First player from Mexico to hit a home run in the World Series. Takes a high curve and strike 1 from Yamamoto.
He's checking Edmund in center field. He's rather shallow. Playing a little bit over into right center.
Yamamoto into his windup, the 0-1. Kirk takes inside. Alejandro Kirk listed at 5'8", about 250 pounds. The catcher has hit 5 home runs this postseason, including 2 in this World Series. Here's the 1-1. Yamamoto just misses the outside corner with 97. Ball 2. Blue Jays really struggled against Yamamoto's non-fastball offerings in Game 2. They went 0 for 16 with 4 Ks. And that was a cutter, but well off the plate. 3-1 on Kirk. This is a patient hitter. There's 9 walks compared to just 11 strikeouts in the playoffs. Ahead of Yamamoto, 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is 96, painted on the inside corner, filling the count 3-2. Addison Barger is waiting in the on-deck circle. Did Kirk get aboard? Three and 2. A scoreless Game 6. The pitch is swung on and popped high in the air, shallow right center field. Edman and Teoscar Hernandez converge. Tommy Edman will make the call and the catch. And Yamamoto pitches a 1-2-3 second with a strikeout mixed in. Still no score in Toronto as we head to the 3rd inning. amongst the scheduled hitters in this third inning. Gossman's first pitch of the third is low, ball one. There's a slider at the shins. Kike Hernandez homered in Game 5. He's 4 for 19 in the World Series. Gossman's 1-0. It breaks in there. For the splitter to level the count 1-1. Thigh high, splitting the plate. Kike Hernandez taps the plate twice, twirls the bat, crouches down a couple of times to get into his lower half. And on a 1-1 pitch, Kike with a big swing and a big miss and a splitter down and in, 1-2.
Yep, and well off the plate. I mean, there's no reason for Gossman to change as long as the Dodgers stay in the same direction.
The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. And went to the splitter, just couldn't land it. That was a ball out of hand. Decision easy for Kike Hernandez, who's just 1 for 16 in his career against Gossman with 8 strikeouts. It's an .063 batting average. None of that matters. Just this 2-2 pitch does. It's on the way. And it is called strike 3. A slider outside, and Gossman got a gift. The way he has pitched tonight, Mo, he doesn't need help, but Adam Hammery gave him a little bit of it.
He's not on the splitter.
Now Tommy Edman, his first at-bat is presented by Edmunds. Get an offer for your car. Find your next one while on Edmunds.com. Tommy Edman really struggling offensively. He's 3 for 21 this series. Batting from the left side, swings at the first pitch, down the line, fair ball into the corner. It was over the glove of a leaping Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Tommy Edman is going to go into second standing up with a one-out double. Edman went to the plate looking to be aggressive, and he didn't miss that first pitch.
Yeah, Guerrero made the leap, but just not quite high enough. And the ball inside it, Edman made a very strong swing. So here's Miguel Rojas, and this is one of those areas Dave Roberts wanted to put someone in the bottom lineup that has a higher percentage of contact.
Well, Rojas certainly regarded for that. First pitch from Gossman, swing and a miss. That was a slider in the dirt. It picked up the chalk in the left-handed batter's box. So Rojas was taking first pitch fastball. He definitely didn't get it. This is his first start, Mo, since Game 2 of the division series against Philadelphia. Just the 7th game of the postseason overall for Rojas. Edman on second, 1 out in the third, no score. The pitch is low, 1-1.
And neither one of these teams has knocked the cover off the ball. Runners in scoring position. Dodgers are 6 for 30. It's a 200 average. Blue Jays 8 for 36. That's 222.
1 on, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Jammed him. That was a fastball near the hands inside. He fouled it straight back. 1-2. Dodgers trying to open the scoring in Game 6. Gossman looks at Edman, comes to Rojas, and misses with the splitter downstairs, and Rojas did not offer at it. The Dodgers have just been looking for more, someone who can work a better at-bat in front of Shohei Ohtani. Do the little things to get on base or move a base runner over. That's Miguel Rojas to a T, getting an opportunity in Game 6. The 2-2, called strike 3, a low fastball just beneath the zone. And that is the second call to go against the Dodgers in this third inning. 2 outs.
And that ball's down.
Yeah, and the Dodger dugout erupted in disappointment with Adam Hammery. Kike Hernandez, chief among them, because it was Kike who was leading off this third inning. It was called out on a slider, and with first base open, they are not going to pitch to Shohei Ohtani. They intentionally walk Ohtani. So Dodgers on first and second, 2 outs in the third. Can Will Smith come through in a big spot. No score. Top of the third. 2 on, 2 out. Gausman deals. Smith takes. It's off the plate, ball 1. And Mo, in any postseason game, but especially an elimination game in the World Series, yes, it's just the third inning, but that is still a big spot. It's a big spot in the first inning when you come to the plate.
Well, in a must-win spot, too. It gets late early.
The 1-0 coming. Smith pulls it high in the air, left field line. It is hooking toward the corner. It is fair ball. Tommy Edmonds scores. Stop sign for Ohtani at third. RBI double. Will Smith in an opening statement made from the Dodgers in Game 6.
They stayed back on a breaking ball. So if you look at this lineup, a lot of changes, including Will Smith moving to number 2 spot, hitting behind Ohtani.
That was fair, Mo, by maybe a couple of feet. Bounced just in front of the wall, right of the foul line. Enough to give the Dodgers the first run of the game. They're looking for more. Second and third, Freddie Freeman. First pitch swinging, foul back, strike 1. It was a fastball at 96 on the outside corner.
Well, the Dodgers needed that because they did nothing for the first 2 innings of this game. Actually, for the first 2 and the third.
Will Smith let out a roar toward his own dugout after reaching second base. Ohtani on third. Infield playing back for the Jays. The 0-1 coming. And it's in the dirt. A little snow cone attempt from Alejandro Kirk, the catcher. The ball came dribbling at 15 in front of the plate. 1-1.
There's a mindset also for the Dodgers in this spot. You cannot play with the fear of losing. You have to play with the motivation of winning.
One 0 LA, top of the third. Second and third, 2 outs. Gausman looks back at Smith on second. Turns his attention to Freddie in the box. The pitch is inside. Advantage Freeman, 2-1.
Ohtani could get a big lead at third. Just anticipate a wild pitch in case that splitter goes into the dirt.
Here comes the 2-1. Gausman misses in the dirt. Ball 3. The big inning has eluded the Dodgers so far in this World Series. They have won so far in the third. Would love to get more. 3-1 the pitch. Freeman checks up on a splitter downstairs. That's a 2-out walk to load the bases for Mookie Betts. And that's going to inspire a mound visit from the veteran pitching coach, Pete Walker. His visit on the mound brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
Well, this has been a tough go for Mookie Betts. One thing that he does, he drives himself to have higher expectations and even those around him. And this is a critical spot in the ball game. The splitter got him in the first at-bat, but quite frankly, it was a better at-bat than what we've seen the last couple of games, as he grounded out to third base. By better at-bats, what do I mean? Well, he didn't seem fooled on the first pitch. His swings were not awkward. He did not have a check swing. And hopefully this is a sign of good things to come. They were really amazed at the very good batting practice session that Betts had yesterday in what was labeled as an optional workout. Well, the optional workout was attended by everybody.
Veteran-laden Dodgers, they know what this Game 6 is all about. Stay alive and force Game 7 or anything can happen. 1-0 LA. Top of the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Gausman against Betts. The first pitch. Hooks outside, not close with ball 1. 2 doubles, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts so far in this third inning against Gausman, who's now at 51 pitches. His next pitch will be the 20th of the inning. It's on the way. Betts checks his swing on a splitter and split the plate at the knees. A ball and a strike. Ohtani, Smith, and Freeman around the bases. Betts in the batter's box. Gausman's 1-1. Big swing, big miss. Betts laid on the fastball at 94. Top of the zone, inner third. Hands are just dropping low, and he's getting underneath it. A ball and 2 strikes. Gausman delivers. Betts swings and hits it in the air, foul. First base side. That fastball was at 97 from Kevin Gausman.
Yeah, he had a little bit extra. One of the things, the problems that Betts has had is that he's had a lot of routine fly balls. Whether he's dropping the back shoulder or not, he's been under just about every swing in the postseason.
Trying to add to the 1-0 lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-2 pitch. Betts hits it on the ground. Base hit left field. Ohtani scores. Here comes Smith behind him. Play the play. There is none. Mookie Betts with a slump-busting swing. A 2-out single to make it 3-0 L.A.
Well, you can credit also with the confidence that Dave Roberts had in watching Mookie Betts batting practice yesterday, talking to him. Where is he from a mental standpoint? Is he ready to accept that big battle being in the number 4 spot in the lineup? Well, the answer, yes to this point. And for the Dodgers here in the 3rd inning, this is a wonderful start. But, fellas, don't let your foot off the accelerator.
As Hawk Harrelson would say, don't stop now, boys. First and second. Still 2 outs. Now 3-0 the Dodgers lead. Teoscar Hernandez checks his swing on the first pitch and taps it foul. Rolling up the third base line. Foul, strike 1.
That's where you want to turn to everybody else in the dugout and say, come on in, guys. The water's fine.
And the best 2-out offense in baseball during the regular season, flexing its muscles here in the 3rd inning of Game 6.
And most of the damage in this inning with 2 outs.
Gausman's 0-1. Hernandez goes fishing on a splitter well outside and well low. 0-2.
This inning is a strikeout, and a double, then a strikeout, intentional walk, RBI double, another walk, and 2-run single.
Teoscar asked for time. 5.5 seasons. The Rogers Center was his home ballpark. We're in the Blue Jay uniform. Now trying to prevent them from winning the World Series. 2 on, 2 out. Gausman's 0-2 pitch. Hernandez strikes out swinging, a low splitter. And Gausman shakes his head as he gets out of the 3rd inning. He had 3 strikeouts, but the Dodgers scored 3 runs. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. As Will Smith and Mookie Betts give Yamamoto a 3-0 lead. 2.5 innings complete in Toronto. low. Ball 1 on Addison Barger. It is 7, 8, 9 for the Blue Jays. Barger, Ernie Clement, and Andres Jimenez. The 1-0. Barger takes a strike. Fastball in the inside corner. On a 1-1, Barger checks his swing, but it's a strike anyway. There's a high cutter splitting the plate. Three 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the third, just getting started. The 1-2 pitch. Hit hard, but well foul, first base side. I think they hit the backside of one of the security staff along that wall there. Right next to the parab mic on the field, which drew the ire of my partner Rick Monday.
Yes, shouldn't be there. Put it behind the screen. Interfered with a ball in L.A. in one of the games.
The 1-2 pitch, and Barger pokes it down the line. Fair ball, then it ricochets off the inlet into shallow left field. Kike Hernandez can't pick it up. Barger is at second, standing up with an opposite field double.
Well, that's been kind of the calling card for the Blue Jays, and that is going the opposite way. With a count 1-2, not trying to pull the ball.
That was a middle fastball, so a mistake from Yamamoto, and Barger was just trying to kind of stay alive and get a piece of it, and instead he shot it down the third baseline fair. So he's in scoring position as the leadoff batter in the third. Remember, the Blue Jays have the most comeback wins in baseball all year, so the Dodgers cannot feel comfortable even ahead 3-0 early. Strike one to Ernie Clement.
Dodgers will not feel comfortable until the 27th out is recorded tonight.
Ernie Clement has been one of the best hitters in baseball this postseason. Real tough out. The 0-1 to him. Swung on and tapped off the plate foul. It was a curve away. But for Clement, he's got 7 hits in this World Series, hitting .391 in the postseason with 25 hits for the Blue Jays, trailing only his teammate Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's got a hit in his last 11 games.
He just makes contact.
So even though Yamamoto ahead 0-2, tough customer. And he puts him away on 3 pitches. Got him with a splitter as he swung and missed for Yamamoto's second K of the game.
Well, friends, 2026 Dodger memberships are on sale right now, and your membership includes opening day, exclusive member events, access, and a whole lot more. So check it out. Be part of the Dodger family. It's online at Dodgers.com/memberships.
Now Andres Jimenez, the number 9 hitter. Runner on second, 1 out, 3-0 Dodgers. A high curve, stays too high. Ball 1. Jimenez been relatively quiet. He has 3 hits in the World Series, but he does have 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored as well. A 1-0. He's in the dirt, picked by Smith. The 2-0, Jimenez swings and misses. With a good splitter from Yamamoto to get into the count.
Just about 10 miles an hour difference, the velocity of the splitter by Yamamoto versus the velocity of Gausman.
I've been watching from the Blue Jay dugout. In the bottom of the third, Yamamoto's 2-1, misses upstairs. 3-1 on the number 9 hitter Jimenez. George Springer on deck as the tying run. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count. So both strikes for Yamamoto against Jimenez have been whiffs on splitters. So the left-handed hitting, glove first shortstop. It was the 2023 Platinum Glove Award winner. And he's with the Cleveland Guardians. It takes time. Now he's ready to go. Yama's payoff. Is hit to second, handled by Rojas on a hop at the dirt. He's up and throwing to Freddie Freeman. What a play on a hot shot to second base. Rojas in the back edge of the dirt, hit the deck, fielded it cleanly and threw over for the second out. Barger did advance to third on the play.
That ball's hit very, very hard. We mentioned in the series the first time up here, this is an artificial surface. It does not play extremely fast, but that ball hit off the dirt and scooted. It didn't really bounce.
George Springer 0 for 1 with a ground out. As Barger on third, 2 outs in the third inning, 3-0 LA. The pitch. Springer takes a splitter inside. Ball
He's
one.
hurting too. He just flinched in taking that pitch. He had started the bat, so he's playing the right side is hurting him.
Right side, right oblique. And this is a regular season. He wouldn't be playing, but it's the World Series. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. Well picked by Smith. That was a splitter down there. 2-0 on Springer. Had a run for the Blue Jays 90 feet away. So Yamamoto's breaking stuff or off-speed stuff down beneath the zone. Keep an eye on Barger. Here comes the 2-0. Check swing on a curve. They say no swing. Ball 3, and once again Springer on an attempted swing. He's really got to hold his core, and that's certainly not going to feel good for him. Second 3-ball count. Back-to-back 3-ball counts for Yamamoto. The 3-0 coming. And Springer hits it to the right center field. That is in the gap. It's going to score a run. Cut off by Edmonds. Springer will hold on first for the 2-out RBI single. They cut into the Dodger lead. It's now 3-1.
That's just not a good sequence. You have a guy that can barely swing the bat. He's in there on blood and guts. And you go 3-0. You're expecting him to maybe not swing. Well, when you throw the ball down the middle, even a guy that's hurting is going to have a better chance.
Into a cutter as well. So one of the 3 different fastballs that Yamamoto throws, but the slowest of those 3. On the outside corner, and Springer shot it into right center field. So tying one up with Nathan Lucas, who fouls the first pitch splitter, strike 1. Now Lucas originally in the first inning was credited with a single on a bouncing ball underneath Muncie's glove. The official score had some sense knocked into him, and so now it's scored E5. So Lucas 0 for 1. 2 outs, Springer on first, 3-1 the score. Lucas pushes it in the air, left field. Kike Hernandez drifting back on the edge of the warning track. He reaches up and casually makes the play to end the third inning. But Barger's leadoff double bites Yamamoto and the Dodgers, spoils the shutout, but LA still has the lead. 3-1 going to the 4th.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570.
throw 26 pitches in that last frame. So his next offering will be number 60 tonight. On the 0-1, Muncy grounds it the other way. And Clement, the third baseman, shifted over basically at shortstop. He makes the play, one gone.
Well, friends, your Dodgers, your players, baseball your way. So you can follow the World Series action on the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball.
Kike Hernandez 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Punched out on a little bit of a tough call, an edgy pitch that went Gausman's way. One out, nobody on. First pitch, swung on and popped in the air. First base side, Guerrero Jr. backing up. He'll give way to the second baseman. That's Bo Bichette, about 5 feet onto the grass behind Vlad. He has out number 2.
By the way, to get props, Alan Porter is working down the right field line tonight. He worked Game 5 at Dodger Stadium behind the plate. He scored a 100 on called strikes. Now, there were 4 pitches that were balls that the grading said he missed.
2 outs. Tommy Edman will bat for the Dodgers. 3-1. They lead Toronto in the 4th inning of Game 6.
He gave me a look like, okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah. He's a good umpire.
Gausman's first pitch to Edman. Tommy takes it this time. It's a splitter in the heart, strike 1. Remember, Edman, sorry, Mo, when we saw him in the 3rd inning, he was up there with 1 out, and he was aggressive early. There was a double down the right field line, and he scored the first run of the game. The 0-1. Edman eyeballs just off the plate. That was an excellent splitter outside corner, but the call goes the way of Edman.
Right now, Stephen, the Dodgers are being more selective with that splitter than they were the first 5 batters of the game.
Gausman's 1-1 pitch. Edman swings and misses on a fastball at the top of the zone. 1-2. After a lengthy 3rd inning, Gausman on the verge of a quick 4th inning. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's low, 2-2. The right-hander deals. Edman is fouling it away. It's behind home plate, a little bit to the left. Fastball at 96.5.
Trying to sneak that heater right by him. Now does he come with something off speed?
The pitch. Edman is jammed again. This is playable. Left side of the infield. Clement makes the call and the catch there at 3rd base. And so for Kevin Gausman, he sits the Dodgers down in order. A scoreless top of the 4th inning on just 9
Great moments.
Well, they had scored runs. They put the ball into play, and quite frankly, in both of those categories, much.
Yamamoto. Guerrero is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play that ended the first inning. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. Excellent splitter from Yamamoto. Splitting the plate right at the bottom of the zone. And Guerrero Jr., he doesn't get cheated on swings if he cuts it loose. The 1-2. It is strike 3 called. Splitter at the knees. And Guerrero Jr. disagrees with Adam Hamry. They have a brief discussion. A strikeout to begin the fourth for Yamamoto. He's up to 3 in the ninth. Couldn't have walked it up there any better than that. Keeps the bases empty. Records that important first out. Now Bo Bichette. The pitch. Big swing and a miss on a curveball downstairs. Strike 1. Bichette struck out swinging as the leadoff man in the second. Now up with 1 out in the fourth. The Dodgers ahead of Toronto 3-1. The pitch. Hooks outside with that fastball. Pulled it outside. Better said. 1-1. Into his windup, Yamamoto deals. And Bichette with a looping base hit in the left field. Kike Hernandez over. And it is a 1-out single for Bo Bichette, who has a hit in every single start that he has made in this World Series. Free agent to be is showing a lot of guts. Our dear friend and colleague Buck Martinez, a part of the broadcast for Sportsnet in Canada, was talking to Buck before the game. He said, Bo's a maniac. 1 on, 1 out. Varsho swings at the first pitch and fouls it away toward the Dodger dugout. Strike 1.
Bichette was hammered with some questions by the media earlier today. Well, do you think about the fact that this could be the last game that you play in Toronto wearing a Blue Jays uniform? That's the last thing on my mind.
I got a World Series to win. The 0-1 pitch. Varsho takes a slider that just misses down and in. Varsho's the tying run at the plate. 3-1 LA. Bottom of the fourth. 1 on and 1 out. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Trademark splitter. Jump ahead. Varsho 0 for 1. He popped out to short. His first plate appearance.
Both Kike Hernandez in left and Tommy Edman in center playing relatively shallow.
On a 1-2 pitch from Yamamoto. Varsho swings and bounces the ball to second. Rojas has it. Goes to Betts for 1. Here's the turn. The stretch from Freeman in time to get 2. 4-6-3 twin killing to end the fourth inning for Yamamoto. It's still the Dodgers 3 and the Blue Jays 1. We'll be back in a moment here on the World Champion Dodgers audio. Gausman at 67 pitches beginning this 5th inning. His first pitch of the inning is upstairs, ball 1, a fastball at 93. It's the 7th game of the postseason for Rojas, and only his 12th at bat. The 1-0 holds the trigger on a fastball at 92, splitting the plate at the knees. Ooh. Strike 1, leveling the count. Gausman's 1-1. Rojas flies it high in the air. Playable in right field for Barger. Drifts over toward the line. 30 feet or so inside of it, he has the first out. And will turn the lineup over. Shohei Ohtani is 0 for 1, struck out leading off the game, was intentionally walked in the 3rd, and came around to score. Hearing some boos from the Rogers Center. Can he supply a different kind of noise? The pitch. 95 in the 3rd. Strike 1 taken and called. Gausman's 0-1. That is a splitter that just misses the bottom of the zone. A ball and a strike for Ohtani.
Good pitch to lay off of.
Shohei 0 for his last 8 with 4 Ks since Game 3 of this fall classic. A good look about him in the batter's box ahead of the 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. And it's a knee buckling splitter. Catches the bottom of the zone, splitting the plate for strike number 2. Bring the Blue Jay fans out of their seats. Sellout crowd at Rogers Center. Dodgers 3, Toronto 1. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 5th. Gausman has the pitch from Kirk. Ball in his red glove. Held at the belt. Kicks and fires. And misses low and outside. Could not land the splitter there. 2-2 for Shohei. Here comes Gausman. And Ohtani pokes it down the left field line into slicing toward the seats. It will get out of play. Well short of the corner. It's just a question of would it be playable for Lucas. There's not a lot of foul territory down the line, so just a couple of feet on both sides.
No, you cannot charge that sidewall running at a full clip. It'll come to a sudden stop.
Ohtani homered here in Toronto in game number 1. That was a blowout win for Toronto. Can it be a factor in a Dodger win in game 6? Another 2-2 pitch. That is low and outside. Full count. Full count. Gausman's payoff. Ohtani stays alive, bouncing a splitter off the plate and then off of himself. He's going to hobble outside the batter's box and try and walk it off. Three-1 Dodgers in the 5th. Nobody on, 1 out for Ohtani. Count still full, another payoff. Another foul ball. This one bouncing off the front of the Dodger dugout, back toward first base line.
You know, one thing that Gausman has not done really the last couple of innings is get that splitter down. That one was kind of up in the zone.
This is a lengthy plate appearance and battle being fought by Ohtani. The next pitch from Gausman will be the 9th that Shohei sees. Here it comes. On the ground to first. Scooped out by Guerrero. He calls off Gausman, steps on the bag by himself. And Ohtani is retired.
The reason I bring up the splitter and the location, those are things that you're looking at. He had the Dodgers expand the strike zone downstairs. Balls below the strike zone in the first couple of innings. Since that time, it's been up a little bit higher. The Dodgers at times have laid off of it.
2 outs, nobody on, 3-1 Dodgers in the fifth. Here's Will Smith. Gausman's 80th pitch of the game. Misses the outside corner by a hair. It's a fastball that was there, but Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, to reach across his body with his left glove hand to his backhand, and I think
because he was sitting up inside.
It cost him the strike. So advantage Smith, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and an RBI double in that third inning. And that brought in the first run of the game. Lays off a low slider, has the advantage, 2 balls and no strikes. Has had a couple of big swings in this World Series in this building specifically. On a 2-0 from Gausman, Smith pulls one to left field. Lucas over to his left toward the warning track, and he makes the catch. And so the Dodgers down in order in the fifth. Rojas, Ohtani, and Smith retired 1, 2, 3. We're halfway home in game.
Great moment.
His leg kick there delivered a fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Blue Jay catcher takes time. It'll be Kirk, Barger, and Clement. 6, 7, and 8. The 0-1. It misses inside. Trying to go back to the well with that sinker. 1-1. The right-hander steps back into his windup. Kirk rounds it foul at third. Kirk as the final batter of the second inning. He flew out to center field. The 1-2 pitch. And Kirk slots a curve foul toward his own dugout and stay in there.
I was just about to say that we've not seen as many curveballs from Yamamoto as we did in Game 2 here. And that was a curveball and a good one.
Both pitchers have kind of changed things up from start to start in this World Series, and you can understand so. That is part of the chess match that every pitcher and every batter play. Still 1-2. Another pitch coming. And that's outside and low. Another curve from Yamamoto. The count squares up.
Gets lost in the shuffle. We'll go back to Game 2. Both Gausman and Yamamoto had stretches of retiring 17 in a row.
The 2-2 to Kirk. Fouled away, right field side. Fastball's at 97. Kirk is one of those pesky hitters who can work a battle like this and elevate the pitch count. Another 2-2. Another foul ball. This one was filleted down the right field side again. Perhaps impacted the bat of Kirk. He's going to test its integrity, and he gets to keep it.
Yeah, Kirk with 2 strikes really has a cheeky stride. First one is about 6 inches. Touches the ground and then goes another 6 inches.
The 8th pitch from Yamamoto. Another foul ball. I was talking with some national media folks down on the field before the game, saying it has to be just a really frustrating and demoralizing offense to face if you're a pitcher, where the Blue Jays can do this. Another 2-2, strike 3 on a splitter that was 2 feet inside, and he could not check up his swing.
Struck out on a terrible pitch as far as well off the plate.
And a sword in strike 3 on the first out of the 5th. Now Addison Barger.
Well, here's a guy with some power. Don't make a mistake in the middle of the plate.
Yamamoto's first pitch. Misses low and away. Ball 1. Barger doubled leading off the 3rd. That was in a 2-strike count, and he slapped one against the Dodgers shift just inside the left field line. A 1-0. That tails away again. Ball 2. Another fastball. And the Blue Jays have shown the ability to hit against shifts, particularly in 2-strike counts. On a 2-0, Yamamoto gets on the board. Sticks with the hard stuff. That was 96 on the outer half.
Barger was looking for something off speed.
Pitch number 71 tonight for Yamamoto. A 2-1 to Barger. Curveball outside corner. Called ball 3. Really close pitch, and it goes to Barger. Now 3-1. There's strike 2. 97 down the chute. Barger, with his 3rd inning double, has jumped ahead of Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays team lead in hits during this World Series. He is 9 for 18 to 500 clip. On a 3-2 pitch, Yamamoto freezes him with a fastball at the knees. Strike 3 called. Barger thought that pitch was downstairs, perhaps has an argument, but it won't be heard now. 2 gone.
And the Blue Jays dugout, Varland, right-hander, begins to toss.
Bases cleared, 2 outs, still 3-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the 5th inning, here's Ernie Clement. First pitch, ground ball, left side, Mookie Betts to his left, and he can't handle it at the back edge of the dirt. Dribbles into shallow center field, a 2-strike single for Ernie Clement. It was a decently struck ball. It is going to be scored a hit, but Mookie Betts got a glove on it, just the thumb of his glove.
He just did not field it cleanly.
That was not the most difficult play. You've seen Mookie Betts make far tougher ones than that. So that brings the tying run to the plate. Andrés Giménez, the number 9 hitter. First pitch hit in the air, left center field. Edman is drifting back, and he reaches up with plenty of room in front of the warning track to make the catch. And so the 2-out single is stranded by the Dodgers righty, who keeps the Dodgers ahead 3-1 going to this.
Let's see if you can figure out the following.
Freddie Freeman is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Gossman's pitch. Freeman takes a fastball down the middle. Strike one. What is Freddie's approach here? He has such a specific one. He's a scientist with that bat in his hands. He wasn't looking for that. The 0-1. Freeman swings. He's jammed, pops it up, going back from short. Giménez about 20 feet onto the grass, shallow left center field. He has out number 1. He took the fastball down the middle and swung at one inside off the plate. He's back to the dugout. Here's Mookie Betts, who's the biggest swing of the game. Right now it's the game-winning swing. A 2-out, 2-run single in the third. That made it 3-0. It's now 3-1. Dodgers ahead in the 6th. Gossman's pitch. 95, spinning the plate at the knee. Strike one. Mookie Betts in the cleanup spot for the first time in 8 years. He was playing for the Red Sox in the 2017 ALDS. Gossman misses with the slider low and away, 1-1.
Gossman has changed a little bit. Each of the last 4 hitters, he's challenged the hitter's first pitch fastball.
That is what we saw a lot of in Game 2.
That was not the case in the first 3 innings of tonight.
Ball and a strike, the pitch. Swung on and tapped off the plate. Splitter. And advantage Gausman 1-2. 1-2. Betts. It's a ground ball off the mound. Played at second by Bichette. Throws across his body on the run. And in time to get Mookie. 2 going in the 6th.
That's the long swing that Betts is trying to get rid of.
Two outs, nobody on. Teoscar Hernandez for a 3rd time. He has struck out twice. Gausman's first pitch is a splitter taken for a strike at the knees. The pitch. And it's in the dirt, the left-handed batter's box. Slider wasn't close. At home, Teoscar Hernandez with 7 for 15. 3-game stretch, only 2 strikeouts. Here at Toronto, he's in 2 strikeouts his first 2 plate appearances of Game 6. Can't check up his swing and a fastball off the inside corner. 1-2 for Gausman. Push past the 90-pitch plateau. The 1-2 in the dirt outside. .34-year-old Kevin Gausman prepares for a 2-2. Hernandez grounds it to short. A slow roller to Jimenez. He throws to Guerrero Jr. And that's the end of the inning. Gausman, since giving up that RBI, the 2-run single to Mookie Betts back in the 3rd, has sent down the Dodgers in order since then. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, the 5th, the 4th, and the last out of the 3rd. It is 3-1. Yamamoto in the 6th as the Blue Jays again show that they will be aggressive early in counts.
They're no wilting flower. I mean, they'll come right at you, but they come at you with a plan. They have a very good idea of the strike zone, and they do not help pitchers out a lot.
It's been a magical year in Toronto, and the folks who have followed the Jays have said anything and everything that could go right has gone right for the Jays. They have waited and waited for things to go wrong, and it just hasn't happened for the Blue Jays. And it took them a while to buy into an offensive philosophy instilled by the hitting coach, David Popkins. But they were on the verge of getting swept in a series in Texas, and Bo Bichette hit a home run to win the game. And that is what kind of started the wheels in motion. And it started the buy-in. And then the whole baseball world saw, Mo, what happened after the Blue Jays bought in to that offensive philosophy. They ended up leading Major League Baseball in most of the statistical categories,
including their home record.
Correct.
Yep. And that's another dimension of why they are so difficult in this ballpark. And they know it, and they feel it, and they have confidence in it.
A lengthy delay on the field for disturbance. There is one out and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. I'll just tell you what it is. There's a moron who jumped on the field from the high wall in left center field, and he pulled out an American flag, and he was eventually brought down by the security staff. And that's after Yamamoto gets one out on one pitch in this inning. And it's just, not only do you make yourself to be a clown and embarrass your friends and family, not just in the States, but really everybody who's a human being worldwide, you also just bring a halt to the game. First pitch to Lucas. Curveball in the dirt, ball 1. Moral of the story, kids, don't be a toolbox.
Enjoy the night in the clink.
The 1-0 coming. Lucas takes a strike. Curve on the inner half. Lucas 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on an air, then flew out. The pitch. Just misses the outside corner. Ball 2. Important out for Yamamoto to get with Vlad Guerrero Jr. on deck. The 2-1. Lucas waves at strike 2. A fastball just off the plate on the outside edge. The Dodgers righty preparing for his 81st pitch. A 2-2 to Lucas. In the dirt with the splitter. Full count. Dodgers lead the game 3-1. The Blue Jays lead the series 3-2. The count 3-2. And so now a payoff pitch. Lucas swings and hits it in the air. Playable in straightaway center field. Tommy Edman makes a routine catch. 2 gone in the 6th.
That's a big pitch on a cutter because now their big guy has to bat with nobody on base because Guerrero, he struck out his last time on a called pitch on a splitter. It's only the 6th strikeout this postseason for Guerrero in 67 at bats.
It's been a remarkable run, one of the greatest postseasons in baseball history. 2 outs, bases clear. 3-1 Dodgers. Strike 1 from Yamamoto. A splitter on the inside corner.
Oh, and did we mention the 8 home runs he's hit this postseason?
We didn't, but you can there. 8 home runs, 11 extra base hits, 15 ribbies in 16 games. The pitch. That's ball 1, way outside with the cutter. He's the 5th best single postseason OPS ever, behind Barry Bonds in 2002, Carlos Beltran in 04, Paul Molitor for the Jays in 93, and A-Rod in 09 for the Yankees. Guerrero pulls one down the left field line. This is a long run for Kike Hernandez, not going to get it. One hops off the wall. Vlad Guerrero Jr. strolling into second with a 2-out double. And now he's firing up the dugout. And keep things rolling. His first hit of Game 6 and his 28th of the postseason gets him into scoring position.
And that looked like the splitter out away from him. He just reached out, surrounded it.
Was a curve off the outside corner, but you're right, Mo. He just kind of flung the bat out there and pulled it. That was off the outside corner, and he's still able to rope it into left field. Mound visit from Mark Pryor, Will Ireton there, Will Smith and Miguel Rojas as well. Yamamoto now at 85 pitches. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. In terms of hits in a single postseason and total bases, Guerrero Jr. trails only Randy Arozarena in that ridiculous run in the bubble in 2020, all time. Cheers for Bo Bichette, the hobbled second baseman. He's a shortstop all year until this World Series, playing second base for the first time since 2019 in the minors. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single. Guerrero on second, 2 outs. Strike one from Yamamoto. A curve clips the outside corner. Yamamoto's 0-1. Bichette takes high on the fastball. Evens the count. Standing room only going into Game 6. Now it seems like standing only all around Rogers Center. Time run at the plate for Toronto in the 6th. 3-1 Dodgers. The pitch. This is upstairs, ball 2. Another high fastball. The Dodgers starter. A 2-1 pitch to Bo Bichette. Cued foul, first base side. That slider that might have got hit right off the top of the bat. This could be Bo Bichette's final game or games in Toronto. Free agent to be. Digs back in. 2 outs. Runner on second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a 2-run game. The pitch. Fastball again misses high. That was neck high, and the count is now full.
Is this a sign of maybe fatigue?
I was just
in missing upstairs and trying to overpower the ball.
Justin Wrobleski up throwing in the Dodger bullpen. Yamamoto's 91st pitch of the game. A payoff to Bichette. Fouled over the net behind home plate. There's a high slider. It does appear that the streak of complete games will end for Yamamoto here in Game 6. He is battling to finish the 6th inning. Count still full. He shakes Smith once. Steps off the back of the mound. Reset the pitch clock. Louis Varland has been throwing for a couple of innings in the Toronto bullpen. He is still standing up. All parties are ready to go. The 3-2. Bichette bends back out of the way. Ball 4. And the tying runs are both on base for the Blue Jays. A double from Guerrero and a walk to Bichette. Table set for Dalton Varsho. Who was 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time up. Two on, 2 out. The Dodgers ahead by 2, 3-1. The pitch. Swing and a foul ball off the plate. Got a piece of a splitter, strike 1. You know, the final season that Yamamoto pitched in NPB in Japan, His team, the Oryx Buffaloes, made the 2023 Japan Series. The Hanshin Tigers led Yamamoto's Buffaloes 3-2. Yamamoto got the start in Game 6 through a complete game with 14 strikeouts. He threw 138 pitches. His next pitch here tonight will be number 94. The 0-1 to Varsho. In the dirt. Splitter. Handled by Smith. 1-1. Here in Game 2 this 2025 World Series, complete game, 105 pitches, and then he was warming up in the bullpen ahead of the 19th inning of Game 3. On a 1-1, Varsho swings and bounces the ball foul on first base side. Strike 2 for Yamamoto. Pitches thrown by the Dodgers right-hander in this 6th inning. Will number 21 get him out of the 6th inning? 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Sit him down with a splitter to strand Guerrero and Bichette. Yoshinobu Yamamoto executes his trademark pitch. Gets his 6th strikeout of the game to finish the 6th inning. 3-1 Dodgers going to the 7th.
Down in the dirt with Gausman in there.
Power against power here. Varlin against Muncy, who's 0 for 2. First pitch is a knuckle curve low, ball 1. Top of the 7th, brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. It's game night, it's group night. Shakey's.com. 1-0. Muncy takes a high curve for strike and an even count.
Yeah, the knuckle curve along with a fastball that'll register up to 100 miles an hour.
Fourth appearance of the World Series for Varland. The righty deals. Muncy pulls the hands in. Fly ball to right field. Coming in Barger. He finally makes the catch. And gone. Varland pitched in games 2, 3, and 4. In total, 3 innings, 53 pitches thrown. Now Kike Hernandez. Kike's 0 for 2 with the K. Dodgers 3, Blue Jays 1. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Base is empty. Strike 1 on the inside corner for Varland. Varland's 0-1. Kike chops it foul. Blue Jays dugout has a souvenir. Strike 2. Kike's gone a little bit cold here in the postseason. Did homer in Game 5, though. Varland misses just a hair high with the fastball. Ball and 2 strikes now. Hits in 3 of Kike's last 7 games entering tonight. It was 4 for his last 28. Varland's 1-2 pitch. A high slider, check swing, and Kike held up fine. He's really just trying to duck out of the way. 2-2. Varland's 2-2. It is low. Ball 3 and a full count as Hernandez laid off that knuckle curve that Varland pairs with his triple-digit fastball. Speed differential about 30 miles per hour. Payoff pitch. Grounded foul at third just in front of Dino Ebel. So we'll do it again.
You know, in center field, in the upper level, there's a hotel that looks out onto this field. I understand rooms tonight going for $8,000.
3-2 pitch, called strike 3. It was a fastball down the middle at 98. Kike knew it. And everybody in the ballpark. 2 outs in the 7th.
So standing room only, right at $1,200 if you can find one tonight. There's a room up there, good view. $8,000.
Yeah, you got that. 2 outs, nobody on. Ball 1 in the dirt to Tommy Edman. Edman, he started the party for the Dodgers in their 3-run third. A 1-out double, scored on Smith's double. The pitch from Varland just misses the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Edman in the 8th spot and in center field tonight. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing over the top of the knuckle curve. We'll see Justin Robleski standing up in the Dodger bullpen. 2 outs in the top of the 7th, the 2-1 pitch. And then takes strike 2, a high curve, spinning the plate. This Toronto crowd getting into it. The pitch, low and away, full count. Rojas on deck, should Edman reach. Let's see a payoff. Edman flies it to center. Shouldn't be a problem for Varsho. Now left to center field. He's there to make the catch. So 1-2-3-7 for Varland out of the bullpen. Keeps the Blue Jays within a pair. 3-1 Dodgers. We stretch in Toronto.
When you want
away. And he hears it from the Toronto fans. Ball one on Alejandro Kirk. Kirk, Barger, and Clement coming up this inning. Wrobleski bounces back. A high fastball at 95. Strike one to Kirk.
Well, the Dodgers obviously need some big pitching out of the bullpen for 3 innings.
1-1, sprayed foul, first base side, strike two. 3-1, the Dodgers lead game 6. Bottom of the 7th, brought to you by Strauss, the official workwear partner of Major League Baseball. The 1-2 coming. Strike 3 swinging. How about 99 from Robo?
99 and perfect placement away on the outside corner.
One down for Addison Barger. The lefty slugger remains in there. Takes a first pitch strike, a slider on the outer half. Barger was 1 for 2 against Yamamoto. Doubled and scored, then struck out. The pitch. Little bouncer, right side. Rojas barehands it, gets it to Freeman in time. What a play by Miguel Rojas. He could not go into the glove and transfer it, just had to barehand it with the right hand and shot put it over to Freddie Freeman. Freddie stretched, and they got Barger by a half step.
I tell you what, that is a big league play, and that's one of the reasons they had Miguel Rojas at second base, trying to firm up the defense.
Two outs, bases empty. Ernie Clement, right-handed hitting third baseman. And ball one up and away from Wrobleski. A fastball at 96. Missed by a few inches. Clement 1 for 2 with a single and a K tonight. Dodgers ahead 3-1. The pitch. And Clement hits one hard. Left field. Kike Hernandez not going to get it. It's over his head. One hops off the running track, off the wall. Clement's going to take second standing up with a 2-out double. His second hit of the ball game will bring the tying run to the plate once again. Ernie Clement now up to 27 hits this postseason.
Well, the Dodgers, who've been commenting for most of the night that both Hernandez and Edman are playing very shallow in the outfield.
Mound visit from Mark Pryor. He'll be joined by Will Smith and Miguel Rojas. It's a 3-1 Dodger lead, but a bloop and a blast is all Toronto needs. That wasn't a bloop. That was a well-struck double into the left center field gap.
So Sasaki begins to warm up in the Dodgers pen out in right field.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Andres Jimenez. Jimenez 0 for 2 against Yamamoto, but now facing a lefty. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one on a fastball at 95. Yeah. Wrobleski looks back, comes home. And Jimenez fouls away a slider, strike two.
Jimenez is fooled on that breaking ball.
Wrobleski came out of the pen, guns a-blazing to start this 7th. Blew away Kirk. Barger to the ground out. Clement doubled. Now 0-2 on Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, 97 outside corner over the net behind home plate. George Springer. The leadoff spot is on deck. Wrobleski leans in, has the pitch from Smith. A check on the runner, and a pitch home. This is high with that fastball, 1-2. So 99 to get Kirk, that was 98 against Jimenez. Late stages of Game 6. The Dodgers hanging on to a 3-1 lead. On a 1-2, Jimenez swings and fouls one over the net. Do it again. Robleski readies, delivers, and misses low and outside. Missed with the slider, 2-2. Dodgers playing with their backs all the way against the wall. It's win or go home. Robleski's 2-2. Foul over the net again by Jimenez. There's a fastball, upper half of the zone, splitting the plate, 97 miles per hour.
That's what we've been talking about the entire series, is that the Jays just, they make contact and they can extend the at-bats.
The next pitch from Robleski is number 8. It's on the way. He struck him out. Put him down with the heat. 98, dotted on the outside corner. And Jimenez takes a whiff. Bookending K's in a scoreless 7th for Justin Robleski, stranding a 2-out double. 3-1 Dodgers. Game 6. We're going to the 8th. Now we keep our eyes on John Schneider, the Blue Jays manager. Here he comes. Calls down to the bullpen. Ohtani was in the left-handed batter's box. Now he'll go back to the top step of the Dodger dugout to do some iPad studying as the Blue Jays go to their bullpen. Base is empty, 1 out in the 8th inning. 3-1 Dodgers here in Game 6. We'll be back in just a moment here on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
Great moment.
Flew Hardy against Ohtani. The lefty comes set and misses up and in with a sweeper. Ball one. So far tonight, Ohtani is 0 for 2. An intentional walk and a run scored in the Dodgers' 3-run third inning. Flew Hardy's 1-0. Ohtani swings at a ball in the dirt, bounces to the backstop. Strike one. Flew Hardy's 1-1 pitch. Big swing, big miss through a cutter at the top of the zone, 1-2. Flew Hardy, lefty sets up extreme first base side of the rubber, close stance with his front right leg. And it kicks with a little bit of a crossfire.
Very upright delivery.
Ohtani, after taking time, gets ready for a 1-2. Flew Hardy deals and hooks ball 2 low and away. Career against Mason Flew Hardy. Ohtani 1 for 4 with a double and 3 strikeouts. Flew Hardy's 2-2. Ohtani flies it left center field. Varsho on the run, long run. He's after it on the warning track. It's over his head, off the base of the wall. Shohei Ohtani flips one to left center field for a 1-out stand-up double and a ball that just kept on sailing away from Dalton Varsho. A massive insurance run in scoring position.
Well, it is amazing. Now, that's a breaking ball. It was an inside-out swing. And how much that ball traveled was unbelievable.
I mean, he just flipped the bat out there, Mo, and based on the swing and the sound, you thought, okay, Dalton Varsho was going to track that one down. But that goes to show just how strong number 17 is. First base opens up, so they intentionally walk the right-handed hitting Will Smith. They put 2 on for Freddie Freeman. Freeman had an RBI single off Flew Hardy in Game 3. First pitch he sees in Game 6 is ball 1 up and in. Freeman tonight 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. First and second, 1 out in the 8th. 3-1 Dodgers. The pitch, cut on and miss, strike 1. It's a cutter on the inside corner. Flew Hardy comes set on the mound, looks at Ohtani on second, turns ahead to Freeman, delivers, and Freeman skies one, shallow right, drifting back. Barger coming in, Ohtani tagging at second. Barger makes the catch, not going to test his right arm. The throw in, misses 2 cutoff men. It's ended up at third with Ernie Clement. The runners hold, 2 gone.
Yeah, just not going to run yourself out of any innings. By the way, the 2026 Dodger memberships are on sale right now. So your membership includes not only opening day, but exclusive member event access and a whole lot more. So be part of the Dodger family. Check it out online, Dodgers.com/memberships.
So that brings us back to Mookie Betts. And Mo, the much maligned Mookie, was a huge topic of conversation entering Game 6. Given his struggles that he addressed after Game 5, he told the media, "I've been terrible, and I have no answers." The Dodgers drop him down to the cleanup spot. The first time he's been there in 8 years. He came through earlier with a 2-out, 2-run single. He has 2 out and 2 on here in the 8th, and the Blue Jays are going to make a pitching change.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
Inning in Game 5, got 3 outs in just 13 pitches. Ohtani on second, Smith on first. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning, 3-1 Dodgers. Betts 1 for 3 with the aforementioned 2-run single back in the 3rd. Dominguez delivers. Strike 1, a sweeper on the outer half. Betts in the cleanup spot for the first time since the 2017 ALDS with Boston. Now in the World Series with the Dodgers. The 0-1. Dominguez not close with that fastball low and outside. The count levels out. On a 1-1 pitch. Mookie swings and fouls it away first base side. A little tardy on that fastball at 97. 2 strikes for Dominguez.
Like the first pitch, that breaking ball was maybe the best pitch that Betts might have had in this.
2 on, 2 out. Dominguez's 1-2 pitch. Hooks in the dirt outside. The count squares up.
Outfield is deep all the way around. Ohtani, nobody really close to him, so you get a very liberal secondary lead.
2-strike count. It's just shoot one the other way. The 2-2 pitch. Hooks outside, check swing, no swing. The Blue Jays lose the appeal down to first, and that fills things up for Mookie. 3-2.
And the runners will be going.
Ohtani, the lead runner on second. Smith on first. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Big insurance runs out on the base pass for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts in the box. The payoff. It is upstairs, ball 4. What a take from Betts.
I don't know how he stopped the swing. It looked like he was going to offer in the last second, able to put the brakes on it.
A high sweeper. He laid off of it, and the bases are loaded. For the former Blue Jay, Teoscar Hernandez. Tonight, Teo 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. First pitch swinging and missing, and a fastball off the outside corner, strike 1.
Yep, in the hole, what should have been ball 1. And you think he's going to get a slider for Ohtani? He can get a very good lead at third base. Anticipate a wild pitch.
The 0-1 is in the dirt. Well, blocked by Kirk. A sweeper in the left-handed batter's box. A ball and a strike. Teoscar Hernandez 0 for 3 in his career against Dominguez with 3 strikeouts. 3-1 Dodgers in the 8th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dominguez deals. Hernandez can't check up on a fastball off the inside corner, strike 2.
He's got 2 strikes on him. He's not offered a strike yet. And this is a golden opportunity. The Dodgers have had some offensive woes and trying to come through with base hits in this series.
They have been searching desperately for the big hit. Ohtani, Smith, and Betts ready to run. Dominguez with the 1-2. Hernandez strikes out swinging on a fastball a foot off the plate outside. 3
strikes and did not swing at one even close to the strike zone.
So the Dodgers leave them loaded in the 8th inning. Go to the bottom of the 8th.
Great moment.
That was a perfect forkball at the bottom of the zone. The 1-0 is on the way. Springer bends back on a fastball up and in at 98. And Blue Jays fan booing as if Sasaki wants to hit Springer and bring the tying run to the plate. I understand Springer he got hit earlier and he was hobbled. Got no intent there. The 2-0. 100 at the top of the zone. Check swing. It was called a strike anyway. This is just the second appearance for Sasaki. It's an inning and 2/3, 29 pitches in Game 3. Marathon win. The 2-1 coming. Springer with a swing and a foul ball over the net to our right. It squares the count, 2-2.
Good pitch. 100 miles an hour. Top of the strike zone. Springer underneath it.
Change defensively for the Dodgers. Teoscar Hernandez is out of the game in right field. Andy Pages off the bench to play defense. The 2-2. Cued. First base side. Freddie Freeman diving on a dribbler inside the line. It's down the line. A fair ball. Springer's going to hold it first with an excuse me swing that results in another Blue Jay hit. It has happened every single game this series.
And it's been amazing that they put the ball into play. That was a forkball and not the best one either. That was down the middle.
Freddie Freeman made an excellent effort to kind of stop it from going down the line, but he just couldn't get there in time. And Springer had palms to the sky after that, like, oops. Brings the tying run to the plate with Nathan Lucas. Left-handed hitting left fielder. First pitch. Well outside, ball one. A fastball at 98. Vlad Guerrero Jr. on deck. Lucas tonight 0 for 3. Dodgers center as loud as we've heard it all night. The pitch is in there for a strike. 98 at the knees, splitting the plate and evening the count.
A wonderful time for a ground ball and a double play.
The 1-1. Up and away, not close with the forkball. It slipped out of his hands. Sasaki was being courted by the entirety of Major League Baseball. Came down to a few finalists. The Dodgers, the Padres, and the Blue Jays. The 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, missed by a few inches, ball 3. Emmett Sheehan is up throwing in the Dodger bullpen in case Sasaki runs into trouble.
Well, he's on the verge of a lot of trouble right now.
The 3-1 taken for a strike. Filling the count. 98 top of the zone. Splitting the plate. We could mention this next pitch from Sasaki. The biggest one he's thrown yet. Because Guerrero's on deck. The payoff. Lucas flies it left center field. Edman has a read well in front of the warning track. Has out number 1 in the 8th. Springer holds it first. So will that first out help calm any nerves or emotions being felt by Sasaki? Rest assured he is feeling them. Tying run at the plate, this time with Vlad Guerrero Jr.
First swing here, we may clear the air in the entire downtown Toronto area.
1 on, 1 out, 3-1 Dodgers in the 8th. First pitch, forkball, inside corner, strike 1 taken and called. And Mo, how careful would you be? You typically say you don't want to put the tying runs on or bring the going-ahead run to the plate. But this is Vlad Guerrero Jr. who's on a tear. The 0-1 pitch. This is down and in.
Yeah, he's not really shown any vulnerability in this series.
So would you think about walking him to face the hobbled Bo Bichette, who can swing the bat well still, but he's compromised with that injured left leg. The 1-1 pitch. Guerrero with a big swing and a miss over the top of a forkball. Advantage Sasaki 1-2. Sasaki is ready. 1-on-1 out. The pitch. It is at the bottom of the zone. He got squeezed. Adam Hammery with a whiff gives Guerrero Jr. an extra life.
That's a strike.
Oh, man. So now 2-2. Sasaki has to power through. Here's the pitch. Fouled away a splitter. Just kind of flung the bat out there, got a piece of it. We'll see at least one more. But this at bat should be over. Springer on first, 1 out in the 8th. Another 2-2 pitch to Guerrero. Nearly hits him on the hands with the forkball, and the count is now full.
Well, only 6 strikeouts and 68 at-bats. Do you send Springer in this pitch?
The payoff coming. Upstairs, ball 4, and a 1-out walk. The tying runs are on.
Well, so it should have been 2 outs.
I mean, that is a really tough break for the Dodgers right-hander. It happens in baseball. It won't happen next year in all likelihood in a spot like that. But a blown strike 3 call from Adam Hammery puts the tying run on first for Toronto. Mound visit from Mark Pryor and Will Ireton. That last pitch was a high fastball, 99. Couple inches upstairs, and then Guerrero flipped the bat behind him toward his own dugout. So now how do you line things up here for Bichette? He has swung the bat well, all things considered. He has got a hit tonight and a walk. He's reached twice. None of his hits in this series have gone for extra bases because he can't really run. So how do you line up the defense?
Well, the defense is going to be playing straight away. That big gap in left center right now.
Sasaki would love a ground ball. With Bichette compromised, sprained left knee, he cannot run. He's not close to full strength. And the Blue Jays led baseball this year with double plays hit into. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Smith. The dribbles up the third baseline. A fork ball in the dirt, 1-0. Dodgers 3, Blue Jays 1. So 2-1 and only 1 out for Toronto. In the bottom of the 8th, the cleanup spot, Bo Bichette. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Challenged him with the fastball, just hit 97. As Sasaki just threw his 20th pitch of this 8th inning.
Yeah, he's not been real sharp to this point.
The pitch. Bichette high in the air, scoop down the left field line. Betts in foul ground in front of the net. He's there to make the play in front of the net, right next to that wall, an inlet wall between third base and the left field corner. That is out number 2.
Now you've got, I think, in my opinion, one of the really underrated players on this Blue Jays team, Dalton Varsho. He's 0 for 3 tonight, but I wouldn't put anything past him. Sent some good swings in his series.
First and second, now 2 outs, 3-1 LA in the 8th. Sasaki against Varsho. The pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed, strike 1. It bounced away from Smith toward the Blue Jays on deck circle, but he retrieved it in time before Springer and or Guerrero could take off. Open right now, no matter what shade of blue you are wearing, you're feeling this 8th inning. 0-1 the pitch. Misses outside with 100. A ball and a strike for Varsho. Center fielder is 0 for 3 with a strikeout here in Game 6. Sasaki sets and misses in the dirt. Blocked by Will. 2-1.
A big pitch right here. You do not want to go 3-1. Then you're faced with having to throw 2 quality pitches back to back.
The 2-1 pitch. On the ground to second. Handled by Rojas. Over to Freeman. 3 outs in the 8th inning. Roki Sasaki. He bent, but he did not break.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio.
Muncy against Chris Bassett, leading off the 8th. 3-1 Dodgers in Game 6. A pitch from Bassett. Clips the inside corner at 92, strike 1.
Steven, I'll tell you what, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
But boy, is it fun.
Oh, yeah. Max is 0 for 3 tonight, continuing his World Series struggles offensively. A sword, a half swing from Muncy. Couldn't check up on a hot cutter. He's behind 0-2.
2018, sitting at home, listening to this, watching it, and wondering what could have been.
Bassett with a deep breath on the mound. The righty with the ball at the belt. Steps into his windup. His 0-2. Muncy fouls it back to stay alive. Muncy now 3 for 23 in the World Series with 9 strikeouts. Max, he's not near 100%. He's fighting through it. Another 0-2. That's below the zone. Ball one. Missed with the sinker. Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and then Tommy Edman. Starting this ninth inning, the Dodgers push insurance runs across. Bassett's 1-2. Strike three swinging. Fastball up and in at 91. Muncy down on strikes.
Yeah, well, Max just looks like he's not picking up the ball out of the pitcher's hand.
Kike Hernandez, one out, nobody on in the ninth, 3-1 Dodgers. Ball one well outside on a curve that wasn't close for Bassett. Kike is 0 for 3 in this one, 4 for 22 in the World Series. On a 1-0, Hernandez swings and pops back a strike over the net, even in the count. The Blue Jays are out hitting the Dodgers 7-4. The Dodgers are outscoring Toronto 3-1. They need to win this inning. You hear that a lot from you ball players, Mo, and coaches. Just win the inning. On a 1-1. Hernandez tardy on a fastball at 94. Ball and 2 strikes.
That's a swing that kicking has that right foot sliding back, and you're going to be slower and not really cover a lot of pitches.
A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Flailed at a sweeper 6 inches off the plate. Back-to-back Ks from Bassett starting the ninth. This Bassett, I'll tell you what, long-time starter, transition to the bullpen. The Blue Jays, he's a free agent to be. And he has shown everybody watching that perhaps this bullpen role is something he could take to in the late stages of his career. 2 outs, Tommy Edman swings at the first pitch, sends it down the left field side. It is slicing into the seats, foul, that very first row next to the wall. Edman is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored tonight. Playing center field and batting 8th. Base is clear. 2 outs in the ninth. Ground ball sharply at foul on the first base side. That's strike 2. Well in front of a cutter from Bassett. One more out to get some insurance runs. On Bassett's 0-2, Edman takes up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Bassett comes home. Edman bounces the ball over Bassett's head, fielded cleanly behind the bag by Jimenez, the shortstop. Throws in time to get Edman. Bassett pitches a 1-2-3, top of the ninth. Now the bottom of the ninth. 3-1 Dodgers. Kirk.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since
They need 3 outs to force Game 7 tomorrow night. Roki Sasaki is still in the game for the Dodgers. Tommy Edman is no longer. He's replaced by Justin Dean in center. So it's Kike in left, Dean in center, Pajes in right. The outfield alignment. Sasaki will face 6, 7, and 8 for the Blue Jays. There is power and contact in this lane with Kirk, Barger, and Clement.
Yeah, keep runners off base.
Sasaki threw 25 pitches in the 8th inning. His first pitch of the 9th to Kirk is strike 1, 99. Top of the zone toward the middle of the plate.
Jays know what their task is. Get a runner on base, bring the potential tying run to home plate.
The 0-1 pitch. Kirk swings and slashed it foul on the right side. Strike 2. And Mo, look down in the Dodger bullpen. Earlier, Emmett Sheehan was throwing. Now it's Tyler Glasnow starting to warm up. The 0-2 pitch. Kirk is plunked on the hands. It was a forkball up and in, an 0-2 pitch, and he hit him to bring the tying run to the plate.
That's why it ain't over till it's over.
Kirk being walked down the line by John Schneider and the athletic trainer. That was the bottom left hand. He's going to be pinch running fourth. Yep. Miles Straw is coming off the bench. Addison Barger, the dangerous slugger, is at the plate. Straw on first, nobody out in the 9th, 3-1 Dodgers. Sasaki's first pitch. Barger swings and fouls back a fastball at 98, strike 1.
And referee holding back that swing.
Oh, when he swings, that is the scouting report. He does not get cheated. His bat speed is tremendous. His swings are furious. The 0-1, no swing there, and a fork ball away. 1.5 off the plate, 1-1. The 1-1 coming. Barger flies it in the air. Left field side. Kike Hernandez running in, just inside the line, and it just gets out of play. Got over the net. First seats next to the wall. That's strike 2 on Barger. But he's happy to have at least one more look at it. A ball and 2 strikes. Sasaki to Barger. It is off the plate, ball 2. Didn't miss by much, but an accurate call from Adam Henry. Count squares up, and Barger asks for time. Just in the batting gloves. Lances back left leg, opens his stance, and readies for this 2-2. Barger hits it on the line, left center field. Dean running after it. It is over his head. It gets stuck in the bottom of the wall. The Dodgers are throwing their hands up. The call in left field by the umpire, John Tumpane, is dead ball. Blue Jay fans haven't seen it. They still don't understand what has happened. The ball got stuck underneath the wall. It is going to be a double for Barger. And Straw has to come back to third. But the tying runs are in scoring position with no out. Back-to-back two-strike base runners for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, absolutely. 0-2 to Kirk. He gets hit by a pitch. Was out in front 1-2, and then a forkball missed away. Now it's 2-2.
And the Blue Jays are going to ask for another look at this.
The call on the field is that the ball was lodged. The Blue Jays, Toronto is challenging.
Well, typically, and I think back to a rule at Wrigley Field. If the ball goes into the vines and you reach in to grab it, the ball's in play. Does that also apply for a ball that is lodged underneath the fence without you throwing your hands up and the umpire's coming out and inspecting it?
Yeah, Justin Dean and Kike Hernandez both threw their arms up, and then John Tumpane, the left field umpire, he followed suit.
Well, Sasaki has just made some horrible pitches here tonight.
The call on the field is confirmed there was a lodged ball. By rule, runners get spaces. Toronto has one challenge remaining.
Dave Roberts is calling to the bullpen. Koki Sasaki had Kirk 0-2, hit him. Had two strikes on Barger, left the fastball up, and he drilled the double, and it got lodged at the fence in left center field. So the tying runs are in scoring position. There are no outs in the bottom of the ninth. Tyler Glasnow is coming out of the bullpen. We'll be right back.
To work with. The infield is going to be back. So a ground ball to the right side or even to shortstop will get a run. This is an inning in a spot. The runner at second advances on an infield out. You could get 2 runs on 2 outs. That's an extremely good trade.
Ernie Clement. First pitch swinging, little flare, right side of the infield, right at Freddie Freeman. 1 pitch, 1 out for Glasnow. One gone in the 9th inning. The runners hold. Now the number 9 hitter, a left-handed hitter, Andreas Jimenez. Top of the order in George Springer on deck. Second and third, one out, 3-1 Dodgers in the ninth. The pitch from Glasnow. Jimenez takes upstairs, ball one. Looked like a breaking ball that slipped out of Glasnow's right hand. Jimenez is 0 for 3 with a strikeout so far in Game 6. The righty comes home. Jimenez flips it into left field. Hernandez charging. He makes the catch. The throw back to second. Here's the play. The tag. He's out. Kike Hernandez to Miguel Rojas. And the ball game is over.
What a play. Hernandez charging. Caught the ball.
The call on the field is out. Toronto's challenging.
Well, the Jays are going to challenge, but I'll tell you what, that's just a remarkable play because Kike Hernandez never broke stride, came in, caught the ball, and on the run through to Rojas, who made just an incredible stop on a one-hop in time to get the runner.
Addison Barger with a base-running blunder for the ages. As it is called on the field, the ball game is over. The Blue Jays are challenging, but every view we have seen, Mo, is that we are done with Game 6.
Welcome to Game 7.
Just need official word. Here it comes.
Review. The call on the field is out.
The two best words in sports, folks. Game 7. Tyler Glasnow, absolute nails in the toughest of spots. Second and third, nobody out. First pitch, pop up, then gets a lazy fly ball on the left. Kike Hernandez makes the catch, throws on the run to get a sleeping Addison Barger to end the game. The Dodgers win Game 6 3-1, and this best of 7 is tied 3 games apiece.
Well, terrible base running, but more important than that for the Dodgers, what a job by Tyler Glasnow that comes in, faces 2 batters, and gets 3 outs in what could have been disastrous because Sasaki went 0-2 to Kirk leading off the inning, hit him, then was 1-2 to Barger, a double. And then here comes Glasnow, who was reported to maybe be the starter for tomorrow. So there's going to be a Game 7. If anybody thought this was going to be easy, they were drastically wrong. But, you know, it's been the Dodgers, quite frankly, in this series that have made some mistakes. That's a huge mistake by the Blue Jays. And the Dodgers have yet another opportunity to make it back-to-back World Championships.
Wow. What a game. What a finish. One of the craziest endings you will see, especially in a do-or-die game for the Dodgers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets his second win of the World Series. Kevin Gausman takes the loss. Tyler Glasnow records the save. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 5 left on for the Dodgers. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors, 8 left on for the Blue Jays. And Mo, most of this sellout crowd, they're still standing. They are so stunned. They cannot believe what just happened.
Exactly. And the other part, too, is you look at this Dodger ball club, you know, they've not played what you would consider spectacular defense in the series. Well, including the last play, 3 double play balls tonight. 2 of them served up by Yamamoto in critical spots in the game itself. And how did it work? Everybody was surprised. Hey, Dave Roberts came out with the starting lineup. They moved Mookie Betts, who had been batting second, and not very effectively, quite frankly, moved him to the cleanup spot. And what did he do? Well, the second at bat tonight, Mookie Betts knocked in 2 of the Dodgers' 3 runs. That was after an RBI double by Will Smith. And this Dodger ball club, yes, they have another opportunity to I was just looking at a replay. Looking at Will Smith behind home plate, yeah, it's like he was a piston in a machine because he saw that play developing with the doubleheader, or the double play, I should say. But what an ending to this ball game. When it looked like the Dodgers were holding on for dear life, they close it out, and Game 7 tomorrow.